Another product is PPF, that is Public Provident Fund. So in PPF, what is the rate of interest we are getting in PPF these days? Anyone who is aware about PPF can answer me. How much is the rate of interest on PPF these days? Excuse me. So the rate of interest on PPF is 7.1% as of now. It keeps on changing. PPF is Public Provident Fund. I'll explain this product in detail later on once I'll be taking up small saving schemes, investment instruments. Okay, that time I'll explain this product in detail. Here, what you can, for the time being, what you can understand is PPF is again one more type of account which I can open in a bank. Okay, and this has a lock-in period of 15 years. For the next 15 years, I have to keep on investing in this account a minimum of 500 rupees every year, and a maximum I can invest 1.5 lakh rupees per annum. Okay, and for the next 15 years, my money will be lying there in that very account and will be accumulating with a certain rate of interest time and again, which keeps on changing. All right. Now, what happens in PPF? Again, the rate of interest is 7.1%. It started with 12%. Today, it has reduced to 7.1%. The better the economic stability and the economic strength of the company country will keep on getting, these guaranteed products, guaranteed interest products will keep on offering lesser and lesser rates of interest. This is the nature of the economy. If you will open the details about any developed nation and try to figure out that how much amount of rate of interest people get over bank deposits. So you'll be surprised to see that people in bank deposits in developed nations like US and UK are earning hardly 1%, 2% on these particular products. In India, still we are getting 7.1% on PPF, right? And 5 to 6% on FDs and RDs. So that is still relatively a very high rate of interest as compared to other developed nations. We are a developing nation. Now, still, people who are not comfortable and who are not happy with such low rates of interest, they want to earn higher rate of interest, higher rate of return over their investments. They have other options available. So this particular category of individual can start up their own business, right? And will feel like earning higher returns through such sort of investment. Now, the risk which is there, the limitations, or not the limitations, what we can call it, the challenges which are there with the business to earn money through the business is that we as an individual will be having almost zero experience or maybe very less experience of running a business or starting a business. First thing. Second thing, there will be other competitors who are already established in the market. So we'll have to compete with them to capture the customer base in the market share. Only then we'll be able to earn certain amount of money out of the business. Then third thing is that there is no guarantee whether my business is going to be successful or not. Maybe with whatever expectations I am going to enter into the market by investing my money, by starting up a business, whatever calculations I make before starting the business, they may go totally wrong, right? For example, let's take a latest example of Ford company. Okay, so Ford, I hope all of you know what is Ford. Can anybody write that down in the chat window? Ford company. Where have you heard the word Ford? What type of products does it manufacture? Ford. Yes, cars. Good. So Ford is a car manufacturer. Now, if any one of you have a habit of reading news, so Ford has recently announced that it will be exiting the Indian market, that is manufacturing in the Indian market, and will not be selling through here itself, right? Now what happens? There, I was reading a story, news article recently today itself in the morning. So I got to know that there were many people around 7 to 10 franchises were there, car dealerships were there, which were opened recently in the past 6-7 months. So they were expecting that they will be opening up their car dealership. The cars will be supplied from the company, and then they will be, you can say, generating good amount of profits by selling all of these cars. Okay. Now what happens is the amount of investment which is required for opening such sort of car dealership is anywhere between 1 crore to 2 crore rupees. That is the minimum amount of money. Minimum to minimum, right? That is the smallest space, the least possible inventory of cars to keep in the showroom, and then the least possible staff, possible number of staff, right? Now, these people who have invested 1 crore to 10 crore rupees in starting up their car dealership, these people will be at a huge loss. But they'll not be able to get these similar sort of returns by selling the cars now. Okay, so there will be a change of business model here. They will be required to shift from car selling to car servicing actually. But still, whatever calculations they have made with regard to selling the cars, those calculations have gone wrong. Now, this is something which can happen to anybody anytime. And in COVID again, many businesses have faced a sort of issues. So what happens is, if I plan to start up a business and I want to generate huge profits out of the business, there is no guarantee that I will be able to get good returns out of that. There is no guarantee that I will be getting success in my business, right? So I'm not demotivating you to not to think about starting our business. But then again, there are other calculations which we need to keep in mind. So let's say if somebody have 5 lakh rupees, so that complete 5 lakh rupees should not be invested in starting up a business. Maybe a partial amount of money can be used to start up a business. Okay. So that concept we will get to learn in the later classes. So what happens is, here in this case, if let's say I have explained you this concept that there will not be a guarantee, there will be a very high risk that there may be a possibility that you may not be able to get success out of your business. Now, another thing starts coming into your mind that, okay, now what next? If not starting up a business, then what next? So what you need to understand here is, there is another indirect way of running a business or maybe getting the benefits out of the business operations. That you can do by investing into shares of companies. Okay. Now, another thing is, I can start up. Let's say I have 5 lakh rupees. Out of that 5 lakh rupee, I have dedicated 2 lakh rupees to invest into start up a business. Instead of investing that 2 lakh rupees in some business, what I can do is, I can divide that 2 lakh rupees in 4 parts, that is 50,000 rupees each. Okay. And what I can do is, I can divide that money, I can use those 50,000 rupees to invest into different types of company shares. Okay. So with that 2 lakh rupees, I was not in a situation, I did not have this option available to start up 4 different types of businesses altogether at once. Okay. But now by having stock investments, shares investing in the option, I now have the option to invest that same 2 lakh rupees in 4 different companies and get the average benefit, average profit out of these 4 companies. Now, what may happen in this case? 1 or 2 companies may perform poor. The rest of the 1 or 2 companies may perform good. Rest of the companies may perform good. Now, in this case, I will be getting average profit out of this. If let's say half of the companies are performing poor, half of the companies are performing good, so I will be able to minimize my losses or maybe optimize my profits. That is the case here. Okay. So what I can do is by investing into stocks, I do get the benefit of dividing my money into different companies, or I can say that I get the benefit or I get the option of becoming owner of different types of companies at one go with the same amount of money, right? So through stocks, that is the benefit which I'm going to get into. So now lastly, I will not be required to take the headache of running the business on a daily basis. I will not be required to go to the office, open the door, sit there, wait for the clients, or maybe do cold calling to the clients, and then try to generate business for my company, revenue for my company. Then don't have to take the headache of paying salary to the staff or maybe other employees, workers. Don't have the headache to, let's say, pay the utility bills, that is electricity and others, right? So that is something which we can get by investing into stocks only. All of these things will be bypassed by taking the option of investment into stock market. This is the reason why we should invest into stocks and not think about starting up a business. Only start up a business when you have good exposure, or maybe you have surplus over surplus, or maybe you have somebody to back you up, who's going to invest that money, and you are not going to lose any amount of money out of your pocket, or maybe the least possible amount of money you're going to lose out of your pocket. That is the case. Then only think about starting a business, and also you have good enough time to sit at the office and try to run the business, right? Otherwise, the best bet is that you take up that money, whatever money you are planning to start up a business, and put that into stocks of different companies. Do good research, do good study, shortlist the best stocks for yourself, and then try to earn maximum possible money out of that. All right. Now, this is the reason why we should invest into stocks. Okay.